Hi, I'm Matthew Ashimolowo, coming to you today to share with you something so unique, so powerful. And make sure you follow, make sure you watch, and make sure you invite others, and make sure you share this video. 30 powerful reasons why Nigerians in the diaspora do not invest at home. You may say, why? How would you know? What experience do you have? Well, 6 Nigerian passports, 4 British passports that tell you I'm a serious traveler. 6 Nigerian passports starting from 1978. As you can see, the first one there, which was my first journey. To date, I'm now 42 years living in the United Kingdom, 4 British passports. So I believe I'm an authority to speak to you on this subject. Number 11, unclear ROI projects. In other words, unclear return on investment projections. There's no reliable data to know the return on your investment. But you just heard me say, Lagos right now, give and take, is between 24 and 27 million people. And in 24 years will rise to 40 million. I've lived in England, in London, or Greater London, for 42 years. In 42 years, London have only gone from 5 million to 8, 3 million extra. Lagos have changed. First time I had encounter with Lagos, there were 5 to 8 million people, and most of it was bush. Today, there are 27 million people, and there is not enough housing. So return on investment, that is almost not to be debated. I can tell you, Lekki gives you back your money in 5 years, max, sometimes faster. Makarios returned it in months. Those who bought our plots at 33 million, a year, 6 months later or a year later, it became 97 million. Those who bought 50 million, it became 120 to 150 million a year later. Lekki gives you back in 5 years or thereabout. Ikoyi and Victoria Land give you back your investment in 2 to 4 years. The moment you cross the water and you're on the mainland, it is between 6 to 8 years in middle mainland. Now, if you cross to the other side, like Agege and so on, it could take 8 to 10 years. But if you leave Lagos, you probably may be on your own, apart from Port Harcourt and Abuja, that quickly give you back your money. All right, let me share with you number 12. Number 12, there's high entry cost for quality investment. Prime areas, Lekki, Ikoyi, require larger capital. Yeah, that's true. But you see, part of the reasons is because the developers do not have, number one, a port from where to get funding. Number two, the cost from the government for various documentations. And actually, that's the reason why when you hear of demolitions, sometimes some of the people whose properties have been demolished were actually those who they wanted to cut corners. Yes, there is that high cost, but at the same time, the land have accrued value. But you say, but it's the same building. Hey, come on, let's face it. A 2-bedroom apartment in Manhattan is still a 2-bedroom apartment, and it is $8 million. Whereas if you travel only 1 hour to Rhode Island, it becomes $300,000. London, Chelsea, 2-bedroom flat will be £3 million. If you drive, come and meet me in Essex where I live. I live in the village. And a 2-bedroom flat will be £300,000. Look at the crash. So land increases in value. That's why we're saying to you as a diasporan that you should take advantage. You see all those living fine, living cool that we do. We drive the biggest cars. We show off One day the people in the land may say, hey, go back to your country. You may say, can that happen to a diasporan? Again, I show you my passport. 6 passports, Nigerian, and 4 passports, British. I'm old enough to tell you the 1968 story of Nigeria. In 1969, rather, Kofi Busia, president of Ghana, threw out all the Nigerians that were living in Ghana. Some of them were 3 to 4 generations. I can still see them in my mind. They were dumped in front of a cinema in Ekotedo, Ibadan. It was called Scala Cinema. And they sat in front, they had no place to go. Couldn't even pronounce Yoruba words very well. You ask them, where are you from? They say, I don't know. They just brought us to this Ibadan. They didn't know what to say. They didn't know where they came from. Their grandparents or great-grandparents were those who went there. You see, you need to invest in the next biggest thing that will happen, which is Africa. All right, let me share with you. Information and access gap. Truly, there is information and access gap. Let's deal with that. Number 13, lack of trusted information channels. So you don't know which one to trust. Number 1, you must combine things. You should do due diligence. Due diligence on the company. One of the beauty of the Nigerian companies is that you can just Google. All of us now have Google, ChatGPT, and other AI platforms. You check the company, check their performance, and ask around. Then check who is behind. But every country has Mickey Mouse builders, Mickey Mouse companies that say they are building. I could tell stories of developers who have gone bust in the UK, in China, in America. But you see, that did not stop people from investing. It should not stop you. Number 14, distance barrier. You are not physically present to monitor projects. Hey, we now live in a world of instant, immediate cameras. One of the things we are going to do in Makarios is that we're going to install cameras live so that sometimes when we are talking to you, if you wanted to see your own project, you could do that in one of other projects which I have, another company. I remember we sold out land to people. And some guy who has his house being built, he lives in America, he has a camera there, every day he's watching the workers from his house in the United States. I'm doing this from Nigeria right now. I also have cameras installed in my house. And one day while I was preaching in Columbus, Ohio, I decided to just check on my housekeeper. And I saw how busy she was by Nigeria's 8 a.m. So that does not give you a reason not to invest in your country. You see, all those big deals we do and great things we do, you and I know how the West tends to make you spent everything you have. Number 15, poor communication from local developers. That, I put my hands up, it is common. Unclear updates, delays, and lack of transparency. The best thing to do is write out your questions and say, why is this happening? What is the timeline? When are you going to achieve this? And if they are delaying, they should tell you reasons why they delay. Some of the biggest reasons for delay in Africa is oftentimes change of government, which suddenly just crashes the currency. As long as you have a timeline and a date and a possibility, that should give you the reason to say, I am going to invest. Listen, if you keep looking at the challenges, you might not invest at all. You've got to realize that somebody will take advantage. Take advantage. I went to the country of Republic of Congo, which the capital is Brazzaville. I was so disappointed I couldn't see any estate. And the only building that I could say, if I want to buy an apartment, it belonged to a Lebanese man. Believe in your country. Invest in your country. Believe in Makarios. Will do you good. Number 16, no professional investment advisory ecosystem. and there are few regulated wealth managers in Nigeria. So you need to do this. Number one, you can use a certified advisor abroad, although if you do that, they don't understand the terrain. In fact, sometimes when you watch some of these nations, if they hear there's a bomb blast in Gombe State, they put a red alert on the whole of the country of Nigeria. You need to realize that sometimes people who have never been in a place cannot fully understand it like those who are there. Some of them just do a research and they think it's enough. I can tell you, if you need people to advise you, financial advisors, there are enough. Nigeria has more chartered accountants, regulatory accounting people than you probably have seen in any African nation. We're probably the smartest people of color on earth. Number 17, complex land acquisition process. Yeah, that's true, but things are getting better. You say too many layers and informal practices. That's the reason when you come to a company like Makarios, we fought the fight, we've dealt with the Omonile, we've faced the government. We've already put a structure in place. You come, you pay, you buy, you get. Simple. You come, you pay, you buy, you get. And when we allocate, we gave you a survey. In fact, we have a master survey. When we say, this is your plot, there's a number there. You call the state government, they'll tell you who that place has been allocated to, because the moment we allocate it to you, it belongs to you. Your name is also submitted to them. So, number 18, limited digital infrastructure. Lagos State, Abuja, that is the Federal Capital Territory, I can give kudos to them. There is a degree of digital infrastructure now that when you take documents and you go and check, you will find it on the system. If it is a land with certificate of occupancy, it's already on the system. I give that to Lagos State. I give that to the Federal Capital Territory. I have not quite engaged with other states. It is seamless in some places more than you can imagine. That is true. Nigeria is working towards it, and that's why you also must believe in your country. And Lagos State, I must give kudos, and the Federal Capital Territory. They can tell you what is on a certain spot. Once you give a survey to them, they'll tell you this one is a government land. That one is not committed. This one, it belongs to so and so company. Clear. So do not take word of mouth. Know and understand from what I share with you today that this is genuine. So let's look at some psychological and cultural factors. Number 19, I don't want stress. I don't want stress mentality. You have associated Nigeria with stress and complexity. Every nation has its own complexity. In the UK, you want to buy a house. Most times the problem is chain sales. The person from whom you want to buy, he can't sign yet because the one he wants to buy, they have not yet signed off. So they can't sign yet because the one from whom they want to buy, I have seen people, and this chain signing has tied people up, and after waiting 6 months sometimes, almost 1 year, sometimes it did not work out. And then you have to start all over. Every nation has its peculiarity. If you go to the United Arab Emirates, I used to have a small apartment there. To sell it, oh my God, their system is kudos, fantastic. But if it is 2 days expired and you have not paid for the central air conditioning of the building, not the one in your apartment, in the hallway, and it's 6 dirhams, you cannot complete. You have to run again to go and pay the 6 dirhams. When you pay the 6 dirhams, God help you that you close that day. If you don't close that day, if another thing, or they say, the people who sweep the estate, you've not paid their money, you run there to go pay that. Every place have their story, but everyone knows how to swim through it and make it. As you are talking of the challenges in Nigeria, some people in the diaspora are busy buying. Even those who are laughing with you and complaining, they are increasing their wealth. Their land is increasing in value. Their properties are increasing in value. For example, some of us, Makarios, we are building apartments. So many people have already subscribed. They want an apartment. They can come, stay 2 weeks, go away. They want us to manage it for them as a place where they can stay when they come, but also that can become an Airbnb. Number 20, lifestyle upgrade abroad. I know you have upgraded your lifestyle abroad. High living standard consumes income. Let's face it. High living standard consumes income. Every day you have to spend, you have to pay for this and pay for that and pay for this. You and I know. You can't even talk, you can't argue, you can't beg. The electricity board does not wait for you. The water board does not wait for you. You cannot continue to live big, live high, and you have nothing in your own country. You can't afford the challenge, and you cannot also afford coming, staying with friends, and you have no place you can call your own.